Did you know that the Tyrannosaurus Rex is a member of the deer family? Yeah, that's just one of the many lies I tell kids at the Museum of Natural History in New York City. Because they're kids. I host birthday parties, and we walk around the museum, and I dress as characters, and then I take them down to the basement where they eat chicken nuggets shaped like dinosaurs, and I question every life decision I've made up to that point. There is one part of the party I like. It's when I bring my guitar and I can sing some acoustic songs and we improv songs like, Cooper's Underwater Adventure, and all the kids sing and we have fun. And it's the one time during the day I can't feel my soul trying to leave my body. So I'm doing a tour of space dressed as an astronaut, and I take the kids down to the basement. They're eating their cake, and I check my messages, and I get a message. Hey, Rory, this is Cindy. We're very excited about your audition tapes, and we'd like to invite you and your partner to be on our show. So hopefully we'll see you in California in 2 weeks. Give me a call back. So my comedy songwriting partner, Sam, and I, we had auditioned earlier, like months before, for a new Mark Burnett reality show called Jingles, about the exciting world of jingle writers. Yes. And we had gotten cast, and I was very excited. Someone was finally going to appreciate me for my art, and next stop was fame and fortune. So 2 weeks later, Sam and I land in Burbank, and they sequester us in our hotel. And I'm super excited because we're on an actual lot. And I'm like, this is it. This is where I'm going to get discovered. And I made sure that I would be on camera as much as possible so they couldn't edit me out if they tried, So we did our interview, which went great. But I also made sure I was in the background of everybody's interview, So I was in the background for the country and western couple from Nashville. I'm drinking a cup of coffee, for no reason. The boy band from Las Vegas, I'm throwing a football to no one. I'm just like, just so I'm in there. It's great. And so the next day, they tell us how the show's gonna work. They say, every week we're gonna give you a new product. You'll write a song about it, and you'll come up with a little mock presentation of that product. And then you'll be judged by our 3 judges. And now it was time to meet our judges. And the first judge, the first woman that walks in, she was very nice. She was from a local ad agency. She told us what she wanted in a song. She gave us great advice. Very encouraging, very nice. The next person, her name was Linda, and she wrote a very famous jingle for a toy store. We're not gonna sing it. Don't have the rights, so don't. In here, do it in here. But you would have thought she wrote the freaking White Album, the way she talked about her process. Kind of crazy. And then it was time to meet our celebrity judge. And I was so excited. And a door opens to the left, and a little waft of smoke comes in. And in, clad head to toe in leather and big sunglasses, walks in Gene Simmons. Gene, yes. Yes, that's right. The lead singer of Kiss, just in case you were born after 2000. Which nobody here was. Okay. That's right. And Gene Simmons walks into the room, and he walks straight to the stage. And in all seriousness, he says, "Jingle writers, if you're not ready to write jingles, there's the door." And he's pointing in the wrong direction. And I lean over to my partner, Sam, and I'm like, "Sam, this is never gonna see the light of day. But my new plan is now to befriend Gene Simmons. That's the only way." Because this was at the time when he had like 1 million reality shows on the air. So he'd see me, we'd become best friends. It would be awesome. So if I saw him around the lot, it was like, "Hey, Gene," and he would scowl and walk away. So the new plan was just to be charming, and make the cameraman like me. So the producer, somebody was gonna give me my own talk show. And so our first product is gum. Sam and I come up with Fruit It Up. We write a reggae song. We take the little sticks of gum and we make them look like joints, which I'm sure that network liked. And we walk in, and Gene's there with the other 2 judges, and we sing our song. We're about to sing our song. We do it. We fruit it up. We launch into Fruit It Up. And then it's time for Judgment Day. And the lady from the local agency, she loved us. Linda, the toy store jingle lady, hated us. And so then it was up to Gene Simmons. And my partner, Sam, says, "What'd you think about our song, Mr. Simpson?" Yeah. That's what I did. I almost passed out. I was like, "Is it too late to get a new partner?" He was really nice about it, though. He said, "I've been called worse." And I was like, "All right, that's cool." He goes, "Well, we're gonna do a coin toss." I was like, this can't be happening. My whole future is down to a coin toss. He takes a quarter out and flips it, and then time stands still. I was like, if I could just get one more week on the show, I know somebody would see me, they would love me, I'd have my own morning talk show. This can't be happening. Gene Simmons looks at me, and I look at Sam, and I look back at Gene, and I say heads, and Gene says tails. Yeah, my Hollywood dreams were over. I did have a Hail Mary in my back pocket in case we got kicked off early. I was gonna be so charming at the exit interview, but they are very manipulative in reality TV. And somehow, they had me say on tape, yeah, I hate Linda, she was mean. I blew it again. That was it. So Sam and I were walking to a cab to take us back to the airport. We happened to run into Linda on the way there, and she's like, have fun telling your little jokes in New York. And I was like, you know what, Sam? Linda is mean. 2 weeks later, I realized that I do have people that appreciate my art. I do have fans. And I did a show, and I got a standing ovation. And I'll tell you what, there wasn't a 5-year-old in that crowd who wasn't on their feet singing along to Lexi and the Ballad of the Birthday Dinosaur. Yeah. Thank you.